Blessings in the name of the Lord Jesus. All of you be blessed. Habang isinishare ko po sa inyo ang background ng First Corinthians. And I would like to say that the book of the First Corinthians was of course written by the Apostle Paul. He stayed in the First Corinthians as a missionary or as the one who have built or organized this church. Siya yung nagsimula nito and he stayed there for 18 months. And after 18 months, ng paglilingkod niya dyan, pumunta na siya sa iba't ibang misyon at naiwan ang the church at Corinth. At after 4 years ng kanyang pagmi-ministry ay naisulat niya ang the First Corinthians. And of course, the recipient of the First Corinthians, the church in Corinth, and this was written according to the experts AD 55 and 56. And before we proceed with the different things about the book of the First Corinthians, let me just give you some of the backgrounder about the city of Corinth. And you are now seeing, nakikita nyo isang mapa in which the Corinth is here, and this is considered as located as isthmus of Greece and 60 miles from Athens. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng isthmus? Ang isthmus is a narrow strip of land connecting two larger land areas. Yung two larger land areas na tinutukoy, we have the Peloponnese and of course Greece. And that you will see the location of the Corinth city. And some details about the city of Corinth. It is a Greek city and flourished both before and after the golden years of Athens. Nakaranas ang city of Corinth ng destroyed. It was destroyed by the Roman consul Lucius Mammis because it came with conflict with Rome. And after, in 44 BC, Corinth was again refounded by Julius Caesar as a Roman colony. And there were two reasons, may dalawang dahilan bakit the city of Corinth was refounded by Julius Caesar. One, because of its strategic location for commerce. So nakikita nyo naman dito sa mapa na aking ipinakita, very strategic ang location ng Corinth because there were many seas and bodies of water and the land that can travel easily to the city of Corinth. At maliban sa it is very strategically located, ay naroroon din ang repopulation of the freedman from Rome. Yung mga seniors at nag-retire na sa kanyang trabaho, doon sila pumupunta at naninirahan in the city of Corinth. And during the AD 50, according to the history, the city of Corinth was considered as the third most important city. And of course, the first was Rome and the second was Alexandria. And ang city of Corinth ay tinuturing na fully cosmopolitan. When we say fully cosmopolitan, just look at Manila or Quezon City or Makati. Then we have the city dyan sa Olongapo City can be considered as cosmopolitan. And of course, yung Cebu City. And there were many cities in the world that can also be compared to the city of Corinth. When we speak about fully cosmopolitan, it is worldwide scope and outlook. And because of this, there was an international flavor on it. Yung mga produkto ng iba't ibang bansa ay matatagpuan dyan sa city of Corinth. And because of this, the city of Corinth became an important commercial center that gives all the population, yung mga tao na naroon, the spirit of independence and individualism. And because of that, ito naman ngayon ang moral climate ng mga tao dyan sa city of Corinth. And there was an author, Aristophanes, na naggawa ng salita, a concept, ang tawag niya ay Corinthiaso, na kapag daw ikaw ay sinabihan na Corinthiaso, you are acting like a Corinthians. And when you are acting like a Corinthian, you are living an immoral life. And ang ebidensya po niyan ay makikita natin sa kanilang museum as of present doon sa Asclepius' room na there were large number of clay votives of human genitals offered to God for healing of that part of the body apparently ravaged by venereal disease. Nangangahulugan na maraming mga tao doon sa Corinth, the city of Corinth, na they have disease from sexual sin. And there were also thousands of temple prostitutes that were devoted to Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Ang matatagpuan ang temple nito sa Corinth. And here is now the religious climate of the city of Corinth. There were about 26 temples and shrines to pagan gods. Ang isa sa mga pagan gods, this is according to Pausanius. And there were two words na ginagamit nila to describe the pagan religion. The first word, yung unang salita, is called gods or the demigods. And there are examples of this. These are the Greek and the Roman deities. Example, we have Zeus and Hermes. And there were also great temples that are located in the center, yung kay Apollo, at doon naman sa Corinth, yung Aphrodite. Corinth is about a place na mas mataas, balabulubundukin. No, and then eating and drinking and illicit sexual relations had all become a part of their so-called religious rites. And second word, we have lords, maliban sa gods, and this means deities of mystery religion. There were mystery religions in the city of Corinth. An example of their lords, we have Isis, Osiris, Cybele, Serapis, and Mithras. You can find some of them in the 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 1 to 13. And the wealth of the city allowed the people to buy almost everything. Dahil mayaman nga yung lugar ng Corinth, makikita natin na yung lugar na yan is full of arts and philosophy. Now let's go to the characteristics of the Church of Corinth na sinimulan ni San Pablo. They are mostly Gentiles, and dahil sila ay mga hintil, wala silang training at hindi nila alam ang mga Jewish laws. And then religious and moral antecedents were exact opposite of Christian principle. Yung mga prinsipyo na sinabi ng banal na kasulatan sa ating panahon, karamihan dito ay kabaliktaran ang pamumuhay ng mga mananampalataya sa Corinth. And bakit isinulat ni Pablo? Here is now the important part of the lesson which I'm sharing you. The occasion why 1 Corinthians was written. First, because of the report of the household of Chloe. We will find this in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 11. At yung report na binigay ni Chloe kay Pablo ay dahil nga mayroong pagkakahati-hati, paghiwa-hiwalay ang mga mananampalataya. And this must require immediate actions. At ang detalye, ang church ng Corinto ay corroded with sins. And examples of these sins, divisions among the leaders and among the members, and the kind of life that they are living as Christians, immoral life. At ang sagot ni Pablo, dito ay matatagpuan natin sa unang 6 na chapters or kapitulo ng 1 Corinthians. And this discusses the following: schism, fornication, litigation, marriage, among others. And ang pangalawang dahilan bakit naisulat ni San Pablo ang 1 Corinthians, a letter brought by members of the church, dahil sa sulat na daladala ng mga miyembro na mananampalataya na galing doon, katulad na Stephanas, Fortunatus, Achaicus, dahil nagdala sila ng donasyon para kay San Pablo sa kanyang third missionary journey, ay naikwento nila, ay dala-dala din nila ang sulat na naglalaman ng ilang mga bagay patungkol sa the Church of Corinth. At ang mga laman na sulat ay may mga tanong tungkol sa virgins, things sacrificed to idols, problems of worship, and spiritual gifts, among others. At lastly, I would like to give you some of the important or distinct characteristics of the book of Corinthians or the 1 Corinthians. One, it has varied in content and styles. Marami itong laman na iba-iba at gayon din ang pagkasulat din nito ay kakaiba. And ang topics, content nito mula doon sa schism to finance at mula din sa church decorum and resurrection. Halo-halo ang detalye katulad ng aking nabanggit na. And the style of writing, there were many literary devices that were used such as logic, sarcasm, entreaty, scolding, poetry, narration, and exposition. Ang pagkakasulat nito ay hindi masyadong formal. It was written very informal than being an essay on theological subject. And according to Findlay, the theme of the First Corinthians is about the doctrine of the cross and its social application. Ito ay ang doktrina ng krus ng Panginoon Kristo kung paano ito isa sa buhay ng mga mananampalataya. It also included conflict between Christian conduct and ideals with practices of pagans, and problems discussed are not outdated, is still observed today. So malaki ang maitutulong ng 1 Corinthians sa atin bilang mananampalataya na sa panahon natin ngayon kung paano tayo mamumuhay sa mundong ito. With this, I bless you in the name of the Lord Jesus. Go, go, go.